Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about the brand new D&D Canon Hardback Keys from the Golden Vault, and what it does what it does better than any other D&D Canon Hardback in the history of D&D Canon Hardbacks, going all the way back to, I believe the first D&D Canon Hardback was 1978, right? So I think there was a period between 1974 and 1978 where there were no hardback books. But then, our first D&D Canon hardback came in 1978. By the way, I just recently realized this. I actually accomplished this without ever meaning to accomplish it. I actually own every single D&D Canon hardback from of first edition of D&D 1E, which is really exciting. I'm extremely excited about that. And actually, that's the only edition I own all the D&D Canon hardbacks of. I'm about 6 short of having every D&D 5e Canon hardback, right? So, but I think I have close to 40 of the D&D Canon hardback 5th edition right now. So what does D&D Keys from the Golden Vault do that's incredibly unique and I've never seen before? It presents the biggest, the most powerful, the most epic, the most capable magic item that has ever been produced in any D&D Canon hardback, and that is the Concordant Express. And this comes from the heist adventure in D&D in the D&D Canon hardback Keys from the Golden Vault, the affair on the Concordant Express. So let's talk about what the Concordant Express is. And when I say magic item, I mean a magic item that a player character can possess, right? Pretty incredible. Okay, so the Concordant Express, I don't think we've really explored how important this is to Dungeons and Dragons. So the Concordant Express, in my humble opinion, was specifically put in there to make sure that player characters could move across the almost infinite number of worlds that Dungeons and Dragons is connected to. Right? So we already know, right? We already know that the Concordant Express can move to any Dungeons and Dragons realm, vanilla Dungeons and Dragons realm, okay? And what would be a vanilla Dungeons and Dragons realm, right? That would be Eberron, Forgotten Realms, Greyhawk, right? Arcavios, the world where Strixhaven is, okay? Theros, that is and actually that's not a special Dungeons and Dragons world anymore. That has a D&D Canon hardback for it, right? Theros, traditional, bog standard D&D world, right? Which exists both in Magic the Gathering and in Dungeons and Dragons. And the same can be said for Ravnica, right? So Ravnica and Theros and Arcavios are all worlds that they're bog standard, fully official Dungeons and Dragons worlds, and at the same time they're also Magic the Gathering worlds, right? Where lore is being told by Magic the Gathering players every day. It's pretty incredible, right? And again, this doesn't exist on any other game anywhere, right? Like, one of the things that might be close is Kingdom Hearts, but Kingdom Hearts really isn't moving forward, right? It's stale. It's not being built out the way Dungeons and Dragons is being built out, right? So that's very interesting. But it can also go to Dominaria, right? Like, so Kaladesh, right? These are books, and these are worlds, Magic the Gathering worlds. And Arcavios, then, by logic and lore, you can connect to any world that uses a Magic the Gathering magic base. Warhammer 40k. It's an official Magic the Gathering set. Every time that any of the player characters, any of the vehicles, any of the equipment are manifested, they are cast by planeswalkers, right, onto the battlefield, right, and they're brought forward by plains, mountain, swamp, forest, and island magic, right? So this Concordant Express, basically this Concordant Express is a gigantic train, okay, that has, and it floats in the air, and it has its own track, right? So it lays track 40 feet in front of itself, and it lays track 40 feet behind itself, but it can keep going anywhere it wants, and it could just do, it can actually keep going in any direction it wants, and it can go to any realm. Any realm Dungeons & Dragons is needed. And this is going to be needed because Dungeons & Dragons is officially connecting itself to every single Lego world that was ever created. Like, literally, within weeks to months, you're going to get your first D&D Lego set, and then those Dungeons & Dragons minifigs can walk right into the Friends Lego set, can walk right into the Office Lego set, can walk right into Ultra Agents Lego set, and all those worlds are connected, right? Directly connected to Dungeons & Dragons, exactly as Lego and Hasbro intended, right? And so this Concordant Express is the most powerful magic item ever, because it lets so if player characters simply take possession of the Concordant Express, they literally have access to the entirety of the multiverse, right? And I think this was brought forward exactly because the multiverse is so expressive and so vast at this point that it really, that it means a lot that they can do this. It's absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like this. So Keys from the Golden Vault is an absolute must-buy, because it has the most powerful, most capable, most important magic item available to any player character ever in any D&D canon hardback. Every single word of that is my opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.